Henry Gracie does it, the thing that he's talking about when he talks about GST, which is Gracie's survival tactics. He says, if you were in an argument with your wife, you wouldn't think, how loud can I raise my voice? How much can I possibly escalate this encounter before I've gone too far? When you think like that, you already think with an escalated mindset. Jiu Jitsu teaches you what the least thing that you can do is. What can I do? Because the less I move, the more of my own energy I'm able to hold on to, right? So if I exhaust, I die. In a life or death encounter, if you run out of juice, you die. So if I'm in a situation where I'm applying jiu-jitsu to a use of force scenario, maybe I'm fighting somebody, maybe I'm trying to just control them, maybe they're in a medical crisis and we've got to get them in an ambulance, whatever the situation is. If I'm in that scenario and I'm punching on people and there are people around me videotaping it, how does that look on camera, for one? Also, I'm adding insult to injury and more injury, whereas I can exact the same amount of control by just being more technically proficient. And jiu-jitsu teaches you to think in a way where you can de-escalate. And that's the value of jiu-jitsu more than any physical attribute. It is the mindset change. And so the problem with the physical fitness is not so much about the escalation. It's what your answer to it is when you don't have the right tools down here to keep you from escalating it up into a physical encounter. If you show up to the scene and you're on somebody that is bipolar and off of lithium for 6 days in a row, how you talk to that person and deal with that person is going to directly impact what the end of that encounter looks like. And that is true for everything. You could get to a call where this guy has never had a positive interaction with a police officer, and your ability to communicate and articulate and be polite and kind to somebody could be the difference between you being the guy that gets shot by this person because he's had enough, or you being the person that changed this guy's mind about police. And if you don't understand that your authority doesn't come from your ego, it comes from the Constitution, you're more inclined to escalate these encounters up and up and up until they get to a point to where you have to physically respond to them. And then your obesity or your lack of physical fitness, that's when it matters, because now I can't handle myself anymore. And now the only tools I have available to me are the ones on the belt. And more than likely, that's going to end in a deadly force encounter that I'm going to be justified in using as in the eyes of the law. But really, I should have been able to handle myself a lot better, and it should have never gotten to that.